But we wanted to start off with something, Tread, you saw this on Fox News, and they're just rolling this out. So it's at that point where it's going to start getting buzz. It's fascinating.
It's unbelievable.
It's fascinating when you find out what it is. It's called Criminals Gone Wild. And
it's not crooks flashing.
Well, what did you say it was? It was prison lesbianism and other. No. Women in prison. Woo! He's all excited. It's
real crime.
It's dark. But what's the story on it?
The story is this guy filmed criminals committing crimes. He's evidently knew a lot of these people, probably a criminal himself. He says, these are the people you hang out with. This is what you see. So he videotaped, filmed carjackings, muggings, rapes, robberies of all types.
Did we say rapes?
Yes.
Wow.
Filmed all of this.
Now, here's where it gets kind of dicey. When you watch the videos, they're fascinating.
It's New York City, by the way.
We'll get to like in-depth stuff at 4:30. But if you got a second, look it up. What they're trying to figure out is whether or not he stood there and taped all of this stuff and then said nothing. And that's probably what happened if they're true, if this is true. But if he stood there and filmed all of his buddies in the neighborhood committing crimes, and he didn't do anything about it, he's probably in trouble himself. So the next question becomes...
Yes, because I believe he's an accessory.
Right. So the next question becomes, how real is this? It's
real.
Well, before you say it's real, be careful because they're investigating whether they're real or not. But let's play a little of the trailer. Again, the setup on this, guy just walked around with his buddies, filmed them, or people he knew in the neighborhood, filmed them committing crimes.
Who can survive off a McDonald's check, a Burger King check?
It was quick. I thought that was best.
I passed the statistics, you know what I mean? And I've been in these streets.
Don't look at me.
Man, my heart never pump cool. I ain't no sweet ass.
Don't leave your wife at home with 200 stacks, man.
Don't leave your wife at home if she's stacked. That's what the one guy says. What is he trying to say? Don't leave your wife at home if she's stacked. Do I take her to work with me? What am I supposed to do? You hear that one rustle. You hear the microphone and everything and the noise. They're pulling a guy out of the car. They're carjacking him.
Yeah.
The guy's looking at the camera. Probably looking at the camera like, what the hell's going on here? Am I on TV? But
am I getting punked?
What's going on? But they grabbed the car and they pulled him out. These guys throughout this trailer at, I think it's Criminals Gone Wild.
DVD.com.
Right, yeah. A lot of them are saying, listen, this is what we're left with. We hate the police. If somebody tries to rob me, I just realize I got to move forward and move on. It's just nothing you can do about it. I'm not making enough money on a McDonald's salary. What do you want out of me? But on WNBC television, they said that right now they're trying to investigate whether or not this is real. Let's play this for a second.
It is apparently a hot DVD this holiday season. Stunning videos that you've likely never seen before. It is called Criminals Gone Wild, the work of a daring Brooklyn filmmaker who catches shootings and more on camera as they happen. But critics, including victims, accuse him of cashing in on crime. John Noel has a story.
John Noel. He's going to be all over this.
In one scene, an armed thug runs up on a car and snatches the driver out of the front seat. The camera once again is rolling as another man is robbed at gunpoint.
Don't shoot. Money in my wallet.
And the camera person is in the car with two gunmen on hand for what appears to be a cold-blooded murder on the street. All of these apparent crimes and more are on a new DVD called Criminals Gone Wild, the work of Brooklyn videographer Ousala Aleem.
You actually shot video of people being murdered.
See, well, the thing is,
I just talked to a lawyer, and yeah.
Yeah, we staged all that stuff.
Yeah. Those weren't guts. They were spaghetti. It was what it was.
Now, what?
I was pretty much at the wrong place at the right time, if you want to put it like that. I was, like I said, I was interviewing people, and things just started happening.
Aleem began shooting crime scenes and interviewing criminals 2 months ago and says he has sold thousands of copies on DVD online for $26.98 apiece.
Now, while he was doing that, they were showing a robbery. A guy's in somebody's house, and he's pointing a gun at people.
Right.
And this guy says he was just in the wrong place at the right time.
Yeah.
Just happened to be in this guy's house, and they're not waving the gun, stealing his camera.
I thought we were invited into the house. I thought there was a party. I did not know.
What I had heard on Fox this morning was the way that they got tipped off to this is one of the victims that got robbed saw something about this on TV or saw that this DVD was for sale and realized he was in it getting robbed.
It is entirely possible that the filmmaker was that stupid that he didn't realize the trouble he'd be getting into.
Yes.
It's entirely possible. I mean, it is entirely possible that they staged this, but pretty interesting. They'd have to be really good actors in order to stage this. Because if you watch the trailer and you spend some time with it, I'll get the rest of the NBC story here.
I'm not sure if I created the idea of it. It was just crime goes on. You know, I make movies, so I just decided why not document why not interview some of the criminals in my neighborhood? And that's pretty much how it started. Just started out as a documentary.
However, the NYPD is looking into not only if these are real crimes on Aleem's.
We're buffering. You get the point, though. The New York City police had to look at this film and say, now remember, he's distributing it on his MySpace and on this website. And, doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at this point to start a little business and you've got distribution. Enough buzz comes in and you start selling these videotapes. But you can imagine the New York City Police Department going, wait a second. Is that, there's an unsolved crime right there. There's the reason
the guy that did it. How about that?
That's great. Nice job.
This is just like posting yourself doing something illegal on MySpace.
That's what I'm saying. It's entirely possible that this whole thing is legit. It's entirely possible. If it is, he's in a lot of trouble.
So far, all claims are that it is.
Yeah. It just seems incredibly stupid that you'd film it, think, hey, I'm just showing the gritty world, at large. This is what people deal with every day. On one hand, it's an amazing document if that's the case.
Yes.
Absolutely. But on the other hand, the insane amounts of trouble he's about to get into.
And the insane amount of stupidity of even the criminals letting them film his face.
The one guy, we'll play him at 4:30. He's the guy who sort of he ripped stuff out of this one woman's car. Kind of a dope. He talks about how he waits till college girls go and they get money out of an ATM. They're away from home. And then he waits. They walk in.
Easy targets.
And then he starts going through the car and picking up stuff. Somebody walks over at one point and says, what are you two doing? And then they just sort of walk away. I mean, it seems plausible. I guess. It's fascinating. Man, it's fascinating. Just another reason why you need to carry a gigantic gun with you wherever you go.
Another reason why you need to lock everything up and don't leave anything in your car.
Listen, what were they saying in Lackawanna? They said there was a bunch of robberies going on in Lackawanna, and the guys were stealing out of unlocked cars. Did you see that story?
No.
It's been a couple of days ago. A rash of robberies in Lackawanna, and the problem is they're doing it on cars that are unlocked. They won't touch locked cars.
That's too much work.
Yeah, they don't want to break the window. I'm not going to get dirty over this.
So you mean to tell me now if you live in Lackawanna, it's come to this that you've got to lock your doors?
When did this start? when in God's name did this start? All right. So anyway, look it up. Criminals Gone Wild, DVD.com, or just Criminals Gone Wild. And then at 4:30, we'll get into it further. Take a break. News is coming up next.